Still sending checks in the mail? Experts say you need to stop, and a story out of Washington, D.C. shows exactly why. Joan Atchison is a 63-year-old retiree who did something millions of Americans still do every year. She wrote a check and dropped it in the mail. In her case, it was April 2025, and she was paying roughly $3,700 in state income taxes she and her husband owed to Maryland. Simple enough. Except that check never made it to the state. Someone intercepted it, chemically stripped off the recipient's name in a process known as check washing, replaced it with a fraudulent name, bumped up the amount, and deposited it remotely, probably via mobile deposit, which lets criminals avoid ever setting foot in a bank. 10 months later, Joan got a balance due notice from Maryland. She logged into her Charles Schwab account to pull up the check image as proof of payment, and that's when she saw it, her check, rewritten in a stranger's handwriting, made out to someone she'd never heard of. The check had been cashed at Chase. Since then, she's called and emailed both banks repeatedly, filed complaints with law enforcement, and she still hasn't recovered her money. Chase says it didn't receive a formal claim from Schwab until more than a year after the check was deposited, and there were no funds left to recover. Schwab sympathizes but points to its account agreement, which requires timely reporting of fraud. And here's the painful part: that window may be as short as 10 days from when your statement posts, even if you haven't opened it yet. This is not an isolated incident. A 2025 poll by the Independent Community Bankers of America found that more than 1 in 5 adults has either experienced check fraud personally or knows someone who has. Thieves steal checks right out of mailboxes in freestanding blue drop boxes, sometimes using long sticky tools to fish letters out. In more sophisticated operations, large batches of checks are stolen, copied, and sold online. So what can you do? Experts have a few clear recommendations. First and most bluntly, stop mailing checks. Adam Rust of the Consumer Federation of America puts it plainly: no one should ever mail a check. If you absolutely have to write one, hand deliver it or take it inside a post office rather than dropping it in a box. If you do write checks, use a permanent gel ink pen. Gel ink is harder to wash off chemically, which makes it more resistant to tampering. And review your bank statements promptly, not just the one-line entries, but the actual check images. An altered payee name won't always be obvious from a line of text. Banks typically give you at least 30 days from when a statement posts to report suspected fraud, but check your specific account agreement, because that window can be shorter. If you owe state taxes, know that all 50 states now offer some form of electronic payment. Use it. The federal government has been moving in the same direction for benefit payments and refunds, saying digital methods are simply more secure. As for Joan Atchison, she's still waiting on a letter from Schwab outlining their final decision. She told The Times she's kind of lost hope. Her case is a reminder that the clock on reporting fraud starts ticking the moment your statement is available, not when you happen to open it. The check is a relic, and criminals know it. The best way to protect yourself is to stop giving them the opportunity in the first place.